So it's after St. Patrick's Day, and Valerie has asked me to plant the spuds. So it's time now to put them in the garden. Usually we try and plant them around the middle of March or thereabouts, but it depends on the weather, because we've just had a really cold snap and lots of frost and so on, so it wouldn't be ideal to have spuds in the ground if they're starting to sprout. The frost would burn them, so that's not ideal. So we kind of think that the frost has passed and it's time to set a few. So Valerie has these raised beds here that we plant the potatoes in, and we also plant other root crops and lots of broccoli or cabbage or maize or whatever. So there's lots. Valerie's into her garden, she gets me to do the work and I eat it. So that's kind of the way it works. So we have here, we've got some farmyard manure. I'm going to mix that in with the soil. There's lots of nice worms, and that's really good. It shows that it's good quality and it has decomposted really well. It's a mixture of grass cuttings and leaves and farmyard manure from the yard as well. So we've got our bed here, and I'm just going to dig it a little bit. This soil actually has been dug about a month ago, so it's fairly loose. And you just dig it up and loosen it up and make sure that there's it's nice, lots of air in there, and nice and dry. And potatoes, they really like nice rich soil, which is where the farmyard manure will come in. So we're going to make a little of a sort of a channel through the middle here, just to put our potatoes into, just like this. So we'll just dig out a little bit like this and make a little bit of a channel along here. Make sure it's in a straight line. Valerie will be checking later on if I planted the spuds in a straight line. I don't know why they taste better, but she thinks that they have to be in a straight line. Okay. Okay. Make sure there's a nice trench. Nice and loose soil is really important. Potatoes like pretty fertile, nice rich soil. So we'll just sprinkle a little bit of dung here, just like this. And it just makes the ground nice and fertile for the potatoes. We're going to put in Duke of York, and they're an early variety, and it's really important that you put the eye of the potato facing up. Otherwise, if the eye isn't facing up and you face it down, the stalk will have to grow all the way down to come back up again. So face your eye upwards. Okay. I usually plant them roughly about 2 feet apart or thereabouts. Give them plenty of space. And you don't have to measure it accurately, but just take a guess at it, about 2 feet. So now we're going to put in the ridge, okay? So that means that we're going to earth them up. You just come along every few weeks, especially if there was frost coming. It's really important to cover the stalks, because otherwise they'll get burnt. The other reason you make a ridge is so that it creates a sort of a dry area for the potatoes. So there's a little space at either side of the ridge to make sure that the water has somewhere to go. Okay? And we'll earth it over nicely now with the rake. Make sure it's all nice and neat and straight. It's very important. Continue this ridge all the way over to the end of the plot, but it's very simple. It's not rocket science to plant potatoes, and it's good just to buy a few, even just in the gardens, in your local gardens